Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Anime Squad podcast, episode 20. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And today we're going to be looking at week 7 of our summer season of our anime 2020. Of course, before we start, be sure to check out our Twitter. We post updates of when our new episodes are going to be up as well. And also be sure to check out our audio versions on iTunes and Spotify.
Yup.
All right, now to get things started, we're gonna be talking about Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time, episode 7. Yeah, I mean, I guess we have the gangs all here now.
Yes.
This is pretty much the gist of the episode. The gang's all here.
Everybody has a turn with Peter Grills.
Yes, and by that I mean like everybody, like all 4 of our main contestants. Are all here.
The way you say that, it makes it sound like it's the Smash thing. Everyone is here.
Yeah, except Luvelia, because you know she's the pure one that does not know where babies come from. She's still of the mind and thinking that babies come from storks, so she has nothing to do with this. But basically, we have the 2 ogre sisters, the elf, as well as Piglet the orc. Which, by the way, I apologize. I'm now realizing that I don't have all the names for the other 3 characters put down. So I'm going to put up pictures and then names of who they are. So that way, hopefully, that could stick longer. But it's a short, so it's not
very,
that...
you can tell which is who. Like,
exactly,
you say the orcs, you say the elf girl. I mean, the names hardly come up, honestly.
Yeah, I think Piglet's the only one that sticks out because of the fact that...
It's a great name.
It's a great name. Yeah, legendary name.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, so I guess going back to the plot of the episode.
It's a very thick plot.
Very, very thick plot. Very viscous in all things considered. And yeah.
The whole issue was that he was trying to, what was it?
Not do it.
Yeah, not
yes,
do it.
It's another.
And then they started arguing.
It's another vain attempt of Peter not doing the deed with anybody else other than Luvelia when he's ready. And he puts the ring on her and everything. But unfortunately, the girls, the other girls have other ideas.
The girls started arguing like crazy.
Oh yeah, they start arguing and then they decide to have a competition. And so the elf decides to have like a little robot buddy named Agape to go test the virility of Peter. And
he looked like Pluck from Berserk.
He does look a lot like Puck, like more like Puck when he's like in his chibi form.
Yeah,
kind of looks a lot like that. Yeah. But yeah, so they try to test out to see who is more suited for a Peter, but unfortunately things go awry, and as things become more and more how should I put it?
All I gotta say is you're doing a great job with this word.
Oh yeah.
They were getting
as things become more heated, I should say.
Well, they were just getting mad, and then all of a sudden, like a friend.
All bets were off, and the things get more heated, and all of a sudden the Agape bursts into flames. Not flames. Like he self-destructs. And Peter does the deed with everybody. Everybody gets a chance. Everybody takes a piece of the cake from the Peter Grill pie. And
the other thing that it wasn't heated is more like the friend ended up giving alcohol to the rest of the girls to calm them down.
Yeah, because as we know, alcohol solves everyone's problems.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah.
I like to think so.
Well, not in his case, because he doesn't want
the context of Peter. Yeah, he didn't want any.
He does not want to, get with them.
But yeah, that was the episode. That was the episode for Peter Grill. Actually, we kind of broke our record here in talking about any given episode of Peter Grill. I feel very accomplished with that.
It was hard to explain this one.
It's very hard to explain this one, and especially given the content and everything, it was we definitely did the best of our abilities to do so.
Yeah. So
Yeah, moving on. We're gonna go to Deca-Dence, episode 7.
Deca-Dence.
This one's pretty cool because we got to see Kaburagi's new avatar. This was the one thing I was looking forward to the most from last episode.
Yeah, me too. And then when we saw it, I was kind of a bit disappointed.
Oh, you didn't like because for me especially because for me I was thinking of like something more akin to what he actually looks like, but this one kind of fits like the Kaburagi style.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a different color pot.
Did you just wanted him to look like a minion?
Oh, like himself?
I wish.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Then he could be able to expose he could be able to expose them for who they are.
Yeah, in the game.
Yeah.
Either way, once they go, he's in the game. He's in the Deca-Dence. Stuff is already happening. Like there's a big old hole in the wall of Deca-Dence. Yeah,
just like Attack on Titan.
Yes,
just like Attack on Titan. Yeah,
just like Attack on Titan.
The wall got breached.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna be the only time we're gonna be referencing Attack on Titan, but not to go too ahead of myself. So things aren't looking too good. Kurenai is gathering all the not the gears, but the
tankers.
The tankers, yeah. She gathers all the other tankers to fight off the Gattles. And Kaburagi comes in with the clutch and helps out with the cause.
Well, at first he had he was trying to get used to the new avatar, what he could do.
Well, no, he was having trouble when he was still fighting the Gattles, though.
Yeah.
Because he was struggling to fight like a mid-tier one, and he was just like, oh my god, my body, I hate it.
Yeah, it's like I'm not used to this body.
Which makes sense because he had his old avatar for for a good 5 years.
Yeah.
So this one is he just literally created a new avatar just so he could just be on here, and it's so fresh that he even tried to call his communicator Minato.
Yeah.
And communication didn't go through.
He's like, damn, I forgot I don't have that info.
Yeah, he can't. He's literally like straight up, just fresh from the start. And because of the fact he has a different face, like none of the humans would get it.
The thing that you said, like you reminded me of is what is it? Avatar.
Yeah.
The guy's trying to get used to that body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like there's a lot of parallels between Avatar and Deca-Dence here, and kind of as the story goes on, Kaburagi realizing that like retracing his steps too much would cause the Deca-Dence police to kind of catch wind, and it wasn't him; it was actually Jill that was kind of monitoring everything.
Yeah.
He decided, okay, probably not be around here too much, and then Pipe is thankfully being taken care of by Natsume.
Yeah.
And as he kind of bumps into Natsume, Pipe immediately just jumps out of her bag, because again, since Pipe is a gadol, I guess she's trying to make sure that no one knows no one knows his existence and everything. And then it's like Kaburagi looks at him, he's like, oh, Pipe, and it reminds her of Kaburagi, which is very fitting.
Yeah, it's very cool. I like that scene itself. When like the Pipe like jumps up to him and it's like she sees like his like he sees him.
Yeah, he sees his likeness.
And that guy.
Did he make you sad?
No, it was just like oh man, like there's that same aura with him.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very cool shot to see, and then the whole subplot with everyone working together to fix the hole.
That was so typical like movie setup though. It's like, oh, the up and coming protagonist trying to convince everybody. It's like, hey, we have to work together. No, sorry, kid, my time went by.
I only look out for myself.
I look out for myself. I'm not about saving others anymore.
Yeah.
And then like nobody's taking the bait, and then all of a sudden everybody comes in and they all just kind of band together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. And then even Faye, who was Natsume's best friend originally, she originally said, no, I wanted to spend time with you, and like I wanted things to go back to the way things were.
Normal stuff.
Yeah. Kind of reminded me of the title of that one song from Skullgirls, the lives that we used to lead, we used to live. Dun, 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 dun,
But yeah, even Faye gets fallen for Natsume's trap, and she convinces everybody to help out and
I
stuff.
like the way you said that.
Well, yeah, it's basically what it is.
Right, yeah.
And also the mean girl.
Yeah,
the mean girl.
they show her a bit too, and then I think at the end, Kaburagi, sees them working together, and then he gets to talk to Natsume again, and like just talk about like how this is not gonna end, like what else happened?
No, it's crazy because despite the fact that Natsume doesn't know who Kaburagi is, she still told him pretty much everything that was going on with her, and she was able to open up a lot.
Yeah,
and because of that, because of how she opened herself up in regards to changing who she is and everything, and how she's waiting for Kaburagi to come back and everything, she's waiting for Boss to come back. Kaburagi then takes a very Attack on Titan like stance.
Yeah.
In that he wants to kill all Gaddles. And so as he checks out, as he signs off, he talks with the other bugs that's within the correctional facility, and tries to convince everybody, well, Donatello specifically, that hey, I have a plan. Do you want in or do you want out? And Donatello's like, well, if it's boring, I'm gonna have to kill you, buddy. It's like, yeah, we're gonna kill the Gaddles.
We're gonna attack the main core.
Everybody makes fun of him, but then of course Donatello, because he's as crazy as Kaburagi, he says, just
that sounds like fun.
Doing it.
It's funny how they show the cliche too, where he just looks up and the city's.
He
right
does a
above
thumbs up. That's my favorite thing. He does a thumbs up, and you see like the Gaddle factory where they actually produce Gaddles.
It's pretty much above them.
Yeah, because again, Deca-Dence, it's just a game to these cyborgs, to these robots. So it's like, who cares? We're doing this for points. We're doing this for the adventure.
Yeah.
It's like an isekai within an isekai.
But yeah, it's very cool where it left off. I can't wait to see, Kaburagi and them try to overcome the nest.
Yeah, and before we end things off with this episode, I just want to say as the series is progressing, I'm more and more convinced that Kaburagi is the protagonist.
Oh yeah,
because I was saying that like Natsume is a pretty cool protagonist and everything, but then like as things are going on, I'm like, no, she's not the main character. Kaburagi is the main character.
Like they're both the main characters. Just Kaburagi has a lot going on for him.
Yeah,
because he's in both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So
he gets to have a more
screen time,
grasp and like understanding of how the world works, and screen time especially.
Yes,
because Natsume can't just sign off. She's a human.
Yeah, exactly.
A bug, more specifically.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to more of Deca-Dence.
Kaburagi's Bizarre Adventure. No, I'm excited too. Now, moving on to our next anime, we have Uzaki-chan wants to hang out, and hanging out she does.
No, at first the guy wants to hang out with her.
Yeah.
Well, we finally got to the cat cafe that he wanted to go to.
There's been a good few episodes, and we even have to hurdle through the beach episode to get here too. Which beach episode was fantastic and all, but man, Cat Cafe. I finally get to see Shinichiro in his own element with the feline variety.
And my God, he was such a different character.
Yeah, there was so much life and joy to him that it was just so wholesome to watch.
Yeah.
Uzaki didn't have the same idea though.
She hated the whole thought being there.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Why?
Why cats? This is your thing? All right, I guess. I want to hang out. But I just don't dig this cat idea.
So to show her love and appreciation in her own way, as Shinichiro is just completely enamored and just absorbed in the whole cat nirvana that he's experiencing, he locked his knees in too much.
No, he pretty much sat on his legs.
Yeah, he locked in his knees like while like literally sitting on them. Yeah.
I hate that feeling though.
His legs are completely just like
they fell asleep.
Yeah, they fell asleep. They're numb.
They got
so
numb.
Miss Uzaki decided to just kind of to take the advantage of the situation, and
how it feels. Everyone knows it. Pins and needles.
Just rubbing through his soles, and he's just not having it. And more so than Shinichiro is, of course, the employee of the cat cafe herself.
Yeah,
she's like, nope, guys, why are you guys playing here? You can just go home and do that. So yeah, that legit got them kicked out.
What kinky stuff you guys are into? Get out of this cafe.
Yeah. So that legit got them kicked out and everything, and Shinichiro was, of course, very upset. But what's more important though is a particular event that is about to transpire, which is Uzaki's birthday.
Yes, not just any birthday.
Her 20th birthday, which here in the States doesn't really mean much because you still need another year to drink. But in Japan,
it's 20.
20. So
20 years old.
You could drink.
So obviously, the thing she wants to do
is have Shinichiro come over, which is what Shinichiro was thinking. Like, yeah, man, oh man, she wants me over. Yeah, oh boy,
we could hang out, we could chill,
we could hang out. But Shinichiro had some other thoughts, which is very interesting because you think it would be the other way around.
No, well, but then he said the same thing to her, so I guess she managed to say the same thing. Right?
Yeah. Reversed it.
Reversed it on him.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
And so Uzaki brought him to a pub, and for the sole purpose of her being able to drink, of course. Yeah. And drink they did.
Oh yes.
They had a nice meal, but with that meal came quite a few shots of good old booze.
Yep, and Uzaki-chan got white boy wasted.
Yeah. Very, very much so wasted. White girl wasted, as we say.
Yes.
Shinichiro is definitely more responsible in this situation. Despite the fact that he was reluctant to keep her to give her a place to stay and everything at his place. At first she was like, I'm gonna taxi, train. It's too late, and nighttime fares are gonna be expensive as balls. So let's go.
And the fact that he had to spend all the money on the booze, which is not cheap in the pub, so all that money went to there.
Yeah, in a way, it feels as if Uzaki herself had planned this, but it's hard to tell given her intoxicated state. So they, of course, go back to Shinichiro's place. She plays games and everything, and she drinks more. The audacity of her. She just keeps knocking on through the booze, and she's having a fun time. But of course, the morning comes, and she's not feeling that great.
And reality sets in.
Reality sets in, and she pukes everything in the bathroom.
Which I gotta say, when that scene's happening, I like the dialogue because you could hear on the voice actress doing her. She's like, it sounds like she's really puking.
But yeah, so she's puking and everything, and then she decides to sleep in Senpai's futon, but Shinichiro's like, okay, let me just go get some groceries and stuff. And as he's about to leave, she does the deed in the futon itself. She pukes all over it.
It's all bad news.
And yeah, Shinichiro just tosses it.
Yep.
With yesterday's garbage and everything, because he can't use it anymore.
I would not keep that, dude.
No.
Terrible.
No. And that was the episode.
Yeah.
Two great segments, honestly. I think I prefer the second half more because it's just you get to see Uzaki just go go all ham with the alcohol and everything.
It brings you back memories.
Yeah,
very much so. Like, when you first time drink, like you always think you could go like forever and stuff when it comes to like shots and beers, but
or it could even be your 10th time drinking, and then you never really went to go test your limit, and then all of a sudden it happens, and you just kind of wake up and you're like, what happened?
Oh god,
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, so it's very relatable with Uzaki, being white girl wasted.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fun episode
all around. Can't wait to see what's gonna happen next week.
Yes.
And then next on the list is episode 8 of Appare-Ranman, aka Kosame's Bizarre Adventure, because this is a Kosame episode. So after we found out about the whole Gil, Bad Brothers thing, we don't get to see them this episode.
No.
But we do get to see the real thing, and by that I mean we get to see the goons of Gil.
Snake Gang.
The Snake Gang, yeah. How did this episode start off again? It started off with them reaching into the checkpoint and everything.
Yeah, they're in the checkpoint, and then they're continuing on the race.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stumble upon to the town.
Yeah, which I thought that was
they stumbled upon the cars and then the town.
Yeah, well, yeah, the cars. Yeah, oh boy. So when Appare and the group, which is of course Leon and Xianfan, when they landed in that area. They found a bunch of cars that seemed to have either ran out of gas or something, but upon closer inspection, the drivers are all dead.
Yes, all the extra racers.
Yes. So that is a problem. So they decide to investigate as to kind of what was going on at the nearby town, which I thought at first was a ghost town, but it turns out it is indeed populated, but the locals just do not want anything to do with outsiders at all.
Yeah, bro.
Probably for the best.
Small town, only small rules.
Yes. Very, very small rules.
Yeah.
They go to a local bar. They find out, what's going on. Well, I say find out, but it's actually with air quotes because the lady doesn't know anything, quote unquote.
Yeah.
They go to the sheriff, and the sheriff's like, "Oh, okay, I'll help you find what's going on. I'm the sheriff in these parts."
Oh God.
Right? I'm the sheriff.
Yeah, there's a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boot, and then so they get jumped. As they're walking through the street, and
it's an ambush.
It's an ambush from all ends, and as you think that Leon and Appare, they're armed and everything, but it turns out that the sheriff was actually a part of the gang himself.
Yup.
So that did not end
snake.
well. Appare was pretty cool though, because he said earlier that what are your guys' weapons, and everybody's pointing to their pistol, swords, and Appare just points at his head. Yeah. It's really funny because I thought oh man, the knowledge is power.
Yep, true.
Pen's mightier than the sword, but no, it turns out he was not. It was not just a figure of pointing or anything. He legit had a net, or a little net gun,
like a neck
catcher, and he had it in his hair, and he used it on the sheriff, quote unquote,
which is very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. But it
didn't pay off, and everybody gets knocked out and beaten, except for Kosame, because Kosame was about to retaliate, but then he's not weak, okay?
They said it, man.
They said it, but he's not weak. He just had another traumatic flashback, just like he did the last couple episodes. And turns out that he gets frozen right there.
Yeah,
that's why they said he's weak.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, and that's why they take the others. They're gonna hang them.
They're gonna hang them. They're gonna hang them and set them down.
Yeah. And while
they'll have a real big hootenanny.
Kosame gets to live on because he's a coward to their eyes.
Yeah. So they spare him. But of course, Kosame, being super guilty about what happened and everything, decides to take a moment to reflect. Yep. He talks with the bar owner, and the bar owner says, it's about facing yourself.
It's not about the past.
Not about the past. About living the future.
Yeah.
Kosame trains outside with his wooden swords and everything. One of them. It was a really cool shot too, because one of them. He's training and everything, and then as he's doing it, one of the sword, he breaks off the sword, and one of the pieces actually hit him in the cheek because of all the intense training and everything. So that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And then towards the end, when sundown is about to strike, he battles up and everything.
Yeah, it's a very old school samurai black and white movie.
Yeah. It's funny too, because I was gonna say it's either samurai or spaghetti western, but this is technically both.
Yeah, it is.
This is totally both because you got the samurai man.
Mm.
We also got the Western atmosphere and the enemies too.
It's two worlds collide.
Exactly. You got your spaghetti westerns and your samurai.
But now Kosame is ready. He's determined to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very entertaining segment.
And then
Very much so.
when he does his first strike, it takes place in his past.
Yeah. So it looks like he freezes up again, like when one of the guys were trying to shoot him and everything, and it looks like he's about to get to his battle stance, but right then and there he freezes up again, and as his life was flashing before his eyes, where his mom sacrificed herself from the assailant, he comes in, the present self comes in, and actually protects his mom in his mind. Yeah. And so that basically symbolizes him going through that hurdle, which is really cool to watch.
It's a cool shot, and
then everything after that was just pure bliss action.
Pyramid Town.
Him, yeah. Everybody's shooting at him, but him being able to predict like everybody's movements, so he's dodging bullets left and right.
At first, he was just beating them up, and then he started slashing.
Yeah, he was basically hitting everybody at the blunt edge of the sword. He was slicing up everybody's guns and then doing that as well. But the sheriff, who seems to be he's not Gil, but he seems to be the main leader of the goons.
Yeah, in that town.
Is not having any of that. So as Kosame is doing what he's doing, saving Appare and the gang, Hototo actually goes in and tries to take him out with his whole revenge scheme and everything, but it backfires obviously.
Yeah, because he thought he was Gil.
Yeah, he thought well. Because from what Hototo heard is that Hototo's parents and everything, village and everything, were all killed. Not from Gil himself, but one of Gil's lackeys. So he thought like, oh, maybe it was the sheriff. But it turns out the sheriff had the upper hand, and with that he has a pistol in one hand. He's shaking it kind of weird. He also has a shotgun on the other hand.
It's a lever rifle.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the shotgun from earlier.
That old cowboy,
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. So he had the lever rifle and the pistol. So the pistol is kind of like moving, kind of like wonkily and everything like that. And so he shoots, and Kosama was able to successfully dodge. But at that moment, he also shot the lever rifle. And in a cool scene, as the bullet was coming to him, Kosame slices that bullet in half.
So anime.
It was very anime, very much so. I was getting like very big like Lupin the Third vibes with Goemon and everything. Yes. So.
But it's always so cool to look, and then he basically does like a finishing move like in a fighting game.
Yeah. So this sheriff was not getting the spare treatment.
No. Well, the prior to that, I like when he chucked his second sword to
yeah. So as he was saving Appare and everybody, he also, or no. He was chucking the sword at the guy Hototo. That was about to kill. Yeah, was about to take out Hototo. Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
You didn't expect it. He was just knocking people out, and then he just chucks that sword.
Because before Omar was giving us a history lesson in regards to samurai, how samurai usually have like two swords on them. They have their main katana, and they also have the short sword. Yeah. And the short sword is used to commit suicide.
Yeah,
by slashing their bellies. If they get caught. So
it's he was fighting cowboys. And they don't know anything about the sword. He just chucked that thing.
Yeah, he will live another day. Yeah.
But yeah, back to the finishing blow.
Oh yeah, so he does does a full on fighting game finishing move on the sheriff, who's pretty much the only casualty here. All the other goons kind of got off scot-free because they did their thing and they got the blunt edge of the sword. But the sheriff was just not letting up because he was doing everything he can to take him out. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna end your life. I'm gonna end your career. You're done, son.
Yeah, and that was it. No.
That was it. No, but then towards the end,
the whole thing with Hototo was pretty much
it was resolved.
He wanted the vengeance so badly, but our dude is like, nah, man, don't take vengeance.
My mom died too. It's okay.
Learn to let go.
Yeah, you're just a kid, man.
But I think what's more important from this episode was the identity of who Gil truly is, and you guys are not gonna believe this.
I didn't believe it.
It was actually Richard.
Oh no!
Richard!
Who would have saw that coming? Oh
no,
wait.
Well,
From 2 episodes ago.
we technically didn't know. It was more like we didn't know he was Gil, but we already knew he was an assassin.
He was something, There was something going on with him, so... the fact that they revealed him being Gil is like, it kind of gives us more... it kind of gives us an established relationship between him and the other main characters, so...
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of interesting to see kind of where this is going to go.
Because you did not say pretty much the people in the car were dead except him. He was, the guy was there, but he was I guess pretending he was injured.
Yeah. And what makes Gil so much more intense and terrifying is that now that we know that the Bad Brothers aren't, Gil or anything, Gil isn't actually a member of the race, so he's going to be a very interesting wild card in this whole thing. So it's gonna be cool to see see what he's gonna do. Hopefully we'll get to see that in the next episode. Yeah. All right, and now moving on, we're gonna be talking about episode 7 of God of High School.
Hype,
yeah.
Woo!
Man,
a lot of fighting, bro.
A lot of fighting, yeah. So man, where to begin? Because we kind of go back and forth between two major conflicts. One is Team Mori versus Team let me read what his name is. Pum Kwang.
Yeah.
The 38-year-old construction
hardworking
worker.
Man.
Hardworking man
high schooler.
who is apparently a high schooler.
Hey, you're never too old to learn, bro.
No, you're not. Yeah, it was a fantastic spectacle. And so as that fight is going on, we also see the second fight between the Joker the Joker
this was still continuing
Summon
from
6
from last week's.
last week's, yes.
Off.
Yeah, because you thought he was dead.
We all thought he was dead.
You guys thought it was dead.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on. Don't play that card. Okay, fine. I'll give it to you. I'll give this one to
Give
you.
it to me.
Yeah, give it to you.
Nah, I don't give it to him. We all fought. Either way, but yeah, it turns out our commissioner guy is not dead.
Yeah.
And
it was just a Devil May Cry style flesh wound.
So,
he self-healed.
She self-healed.
Just playing, I don't know.
He goes down to town, bro, with the scythe.
Yeah.
With what are these stands called?
They're called Chariuk, I think they're called. Chariuk.
I don't know.
You put it on the screen.
Yeah,
I'll put it here on the screen. But yeah, so basically it's their stand or their persona, whatever your interpretation might be. And he uses it to slice off the assailant's arm. Mm-hmm. Very, very effective.
Yes.
Because immediately the tables have turned, and so the hunter becomes the hunted. And as he's chasing him down, he slices off the other arm. But then it turns out that his stand actually has regenerative abilities, so it grabs each of his limbs and just kind of puts it back. Yeah, and he mentions that that's the reason why he's so hard to kill, and that's the reason why he was able to kill the announcer. And this surprised me because apparently he also killed the announcer's wife and child as well.
I was like, why?
Yeah, that was my question too. But at the same time, I didn't get the impression that happened. I legit thought it was just the announcer that bit the dust.
I know. That's sad though.
It was absolutely, yeah. Because the announcer was really cool.
Yeah.
So as that was going on, as he was kind of making his bold announcements, like, "Oh, I'm the best. No one can kill me," and everything. The Joker, I don't know. That's probably what I'm gonna call him from now on because I don't know the name of him.
Commissioner?
Huh?
The commissioner?
Yeah, the commissioner.
The Joker dude that's been killing.
Yeah.
Oh, the commissioner.
No.
He uses his stand to summon all these other spikes to basically keep cutting him down because he doesn't care. He's like, okay, whatever. You can keep regenerating. I'm gonna kill you as much as I want.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, these two religious-looking dudes that I guess are the companion of the assassin They're there to actually do the job of killing him.
Wait, what?
What?
Is a chick and a dude? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you said 2 dudes.
Oh, I meant like as in like
the guys.
gender neutral, like
Oh.
these two
Oh,
guys.
okay,
yeah.
okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, no. I know. It's a nun and a priest basically, because they have like the religious like kind of symbolism in their clothes and all that. But yeah, so it's like as David said, it's a guy and a gal, and they were the ones that were actually assigned to kill the commissioner. So they try and take over. They take over the scene, and as the commissioner's getting ganged up on, his buddy shows up, which is the dark-skinned, white-haired warrior commissioner, and they decide to split up. By that I mean the girl takes on the dark-skinned commissioner, and the Joker commissioner takes on the well, actually no, was it the other way around?
No, you got it right.
I got it right. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Right.
And the Joker commissioner takes on the guy.
Yeah, I think he's like a angel.
Yeah, kind of reminded me of
fallen angel.
Kind of reminded me of Hawk from My Hero.
Okay.
number 2 hero now.
Yeah.
Their stands.
Yeah, that's their stand ability and everything.
Yeah, and I like the dark skin commissioner's stand thingy, his dragon.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's a legit dragon.
Because I think like the girl, she summoned like a demon behind him.
Yeah, it's about to eat him, but then the dragon eats that demon.
Yeah, it was a very cool shot.
Yeah, and then you see the dragon like just literally scale around the building.
So yeah,
take a chomp.
It's not just any small stand or weapon or anything. It's like a big old mythical dragon.
Yeah.
It was crazy when they ripped off the teeth. The tooth?
Yeah, it ripped like one of the tooths.
Yeah.
So they could he could use as a weapon, like a flame sword. It was pretty cool. Pretty dope.
Side dude was pretty crazy too, man.
Yeah, the Green Commissioner.
Yeah.
The cigarette man.
Yep. You gotta smoke a pack a day.
He didn't finish.
He rips off
he
he tears off the wings on the other assassin.
Yeah.
And then the dark-skinned commissioner.
And then while that's happening, we got back to the fight with Mori and the
the King of Fighters.
King of Fighters.
And I was almost about to cap off that
fight. Yeah.
But that's how But I mean, that's how the show
itself was structured. It was going back and forth between what was going on with the commissioner and what was going on between Mori.
Non-stop action, so like you
very
get to this
much
fight,
so,
you
yeah.
go to the next scene.
So there was no stop to fight.
Yeah, on Mori's side, Mori loses the fight, and the way he does that is because he tries to emulate the whole chakra points that he was basically used on to enhance his own fighting abilities, but I guess he pressed it in the wrong places.
He pressed the wrong ones.
He pressed the wrong ones, so he legit couldn't move.
You kind of could tell too, because like there was like some points you're like, wait, why are you pointing at your butt cheek? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
So like for him to use that technique without like multiple training. That's a dumb move on him.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, he literally saw it used on him like maybe once or twice, and then he just was learning it. But yeah, so as that happened, he froze, he couldn't move, and he got his ass kicked, and he lost. Yeah.
Yeah, because he pretty much froze up. He couldn't move.
Yeah.
From that at all.
The second match, though, is more interesting and does not involve any stupid tactics. It's between Han and Kum.
Yes, a working man.
The working man, and so we get a glimpse of Kum's backstory. It's pretty noble. Noble. Everybody makes fun of him regarding his age and how he wants to go back to high school. He's failed 3 times already.
Yeah.
And his bro, and we also get a backstory of how the girl met as well.
Yeah.
I guess we kind of knew their names, but they're kind of like flashed.
Yeah, they're like they introduced us for the episode, but we kind of know like they were like a one-offs.
Yeah, But they were pretty well done, one-offs. Like, it kind of makes you kind of like root for them in a way.
Yeah.
They gave our heroes a little bit of run, a little bit of a run for their money.
Yeah.
It was a challenge more or less. But anyway, so as we get to see the backstory, we see how he wanted to go to high school and everything like that. The girl also kind of joins in on making fun of him. He's like, oh, he's just a 38-year-old loser, you know, doesn't have a real job or anything like that. But then you see her losing a tournament from a kendo tournament, and as she just rages and throws her sword and everything like that, the sword breaks. You know, I guess kind of similar parallels to Kosame in the last episode with Appare. But then Kun comes and he bandages it up. He gives a speech regarding, like, you know, never give up, you know, and it's, you know, believe in yourself, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a very noble cause of him.
Yeah.
So like you don't like wish that he died or get ill upon. So he's like, it's a noble cause. Like, you know, keep fighting. Like, you know, you'll never know where you'll end up being.
Yeah, and that overall left an impression on her, and so she came in she came to visit him the next day to teach him how to read and everything like that.
Yeah, and then unfortunately he had to fight Han.
He fought Han, and he fought hard. He was able to summon his stand, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
But that didn't work. No,
it didn't work, and he was also beaten.
He used the dragon.
Azure dragon.
Yeah, I love how Han like immediately just skipped to stage 4.
No, he uses his stances against him throughout the battle.
Yeah.
You don't remember? No, yeah, he does.
Yeah. That was the only one that caught my eye. Was the fourth.
It's the flashy one.
I honestly thought that was the one that he skipped to, because it felt like he didn't really put. He didn't really. What's the word? He didn't put that much thought, I guess. I don't know, not thought, but like that much attention to it.
You don't think he was? He didn't take him as a worthy opponent, or what?
That's kind of.
To me, he did.
No, not that. I mean, like, the episode itself felt like it was just kind of it focused more on that fourth stance.
Yeah, I get you. Like, it put more emphasis into.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really pay attention to the fact that when he used the first, second, and third. Yeah, it's not like the one where he fought the other guy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Preliminary, yeah.
You're right.
But yeah, overall that was a cool fight, and then we also got the fight between Mira and the girl that we were mentioning before. Yeah. That one was also intense too, and it was really cool too, because for the first time we finally got to see two kendo matches. And
that was dope to see. Like, you know.
Well, one is kendo, one was practicing swordmanship.
Yeah, but they were using kendo swords.
No, one was with the wooden sword, while the other one had the white plastic one, the actual kendo sword.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so tired right now.
No, I get you. Yeah, but they're both swords. Swords for once.
Yeah, sword fighting.
Yeah, and you can see how their movements are, like, to each of them, and then there's one shot where they're like back to back, and like moving, like, you know, strategically.
Sword fighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then obviously our girl, our main three, she gets the last laugh.
Now she rides on that Excalibur.
But it's weird too, because
smacks her in the goddamn face.
Yep.
And that was the finishing blow.
Yep.
Which of course meant that our team Mori gets to move on.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah. And then going back to the commissioner fights, which, man, we didn't leave much left there at all. I mean, like I said, we were.
But pretty much what ends up happening is that they got their ass beat, and then they ran away. The nurse and the nun and the priest.
The person and the nun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then that guy that no one was paying attention to, I guess, set up a bomb
inside himself.
Yeah. Just blah.
He just wanted to end both of them in the building.
Yeah.
And that's how that ended off. And then we go back.
We get a glimpse of
the second battle.
Yeah.
Our main villain. I want to say main villain.
The main villain? I don't know. There's more
villains. He's a douche, dude.
He's an asshole.
I want him to fall off.
Sephiroth.
we got bad vibes from him since 2 episodes ago when
Sephiroth
Han
blue-haired guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jabal, his name.
Jabal?
Jabal, that's what I found.
What the? That's a weird name.
Yeah. But yeah, screw that guy.
Yeah.
Using a shark stand.
He's very overpowered.
Yeah.
Very much so,
I-
because his fight was just it wasn't even
It
a
wasn't
fight.
a
in
fight.
general.
Mr. Harry Potter over here fighting for his family and everything ended
Yeah.
up getting it.
Fireball.
He couldn't even say his ability.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was like, is it really pulling out a wand on him?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's see what it does. And then it was a wrap.
Yeah.
And then here comes the maid.
The maid
girl.
teammate comes in to tag in, which I don't think is in the rules at all.
Yeah.
But then she was getting manhandled.
Yeah.
Yup.
And then obviously our main characters, they
The
don't
fin-
like.
yeah.
Now we're seeing the fight too, and all of a sudden, what do we get?
Well, yeah, I think Mori wants to jump in, but our girl, she's like, no, we're gonna get disqualified if you jump in. And it's like, oh, that's cool. What about Han over there though?
He
It
jumped
cuts
in,
to the other side and no one's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was already running in.
So our boy Han tries to save the day, and then the announcer guy was like, all right, this match is over.
But
Well,
it was
not-
not over.
It was not over because
Nope.
he tried, because our Harry Potter tried tried his lightning attack, but to no avail, and he gets chomped on even more, and that's the episode.
Yeah. So I want to say he's our bad guy.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with in this particular tournament
For this arc.
for this arc. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
think so.
Like who else?
I said a force to be reckoned with. I didn't say he's the main bad guy.
Yeah, he's not.
I wouldn't say.
Omar's saying that he's
I'm
the main
saying
bad
it.
guy, not me.
I'm calling it blank right here, bro.
Jeez. You're calling the shark?
I'm jumping the shark right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better defeat that shark then.
We'll see.
All right.
Yeah, so that was that, and now we move on to our second seasons of our anime. And for that, we start off with episode 7 of No Guns Life Season 2.
Bang.
Right off the bat, it continues off from where they were talking about between Edmund and Juzo.
Yeah.
Juzo talks about how he killed 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And we have a flashback with Edmund and how the reason why he called 5 his partners because he was his hand.
Yep.
And the way this whole relationship works, and I think it was hinted out on the first season that all the Gunslave units had a partner with them called Hand. A hand, and they used him to basically fire their main gun
On their heads.
on their heads. Yeah, that's the whole reason why they're gun slave units in the first place. That's the reason why they have a gun for a head.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Bang.
Yeah.
But they go more in depth in it, and
Yeah.
they say there's 13 of them.
Yeah. Well,
They're-
we're 13.
Yeah, in the war.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess so far 5 is out, and I think another 2. And then
Yeah,
we have-
a good number of them are
and
gone.
then 7's obviously still with the chick,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what's Juzo's war.
Yeah, Juzo. It's revealed later that Juzo is actually 13.
Yeah, the last one.
The last one. Yeah.
And we get to see his hand. Or
Mhm.
do we see it in the first season?
We kind of do. I think we were hinted at as to who his hand might be, but this episode was able to
It was deep.
reveal it. Yeah.
Huh? It was. Oh God! Did you say it?
Wow,
Oh,
the
man.
person that says to not say that actually said it.
This way you can.
Yes, so yeah, we don't know much about him though. It's because there's voice actors everywhere. Anyway, but yeah. So
Hey, you brought it up during the show.
Always leave it out, but yeah, Dio, bro.
Yeah. And then Tetsuro, because of the fact that he's been acting fishy pretty much the whole time, Tetsuro actually mentions the whole plot behind as to what he's trying to do, and he mentions that that apparently before his amnesia went away, or his amnesia came into where he forgot everything basically.
Yeah, screwed up.
Tetsuro was actually funding Spitsbergen's plan with their endeavors and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, he is ordered to use his harmony to unlock or override Juzo's capabilities, controlling him from within, and to release his limiters that was originally set with him because of the fact he's a gunslave unit, and the limiters are meant to be unlocked through a hand, which Juzo no longer has.
Yep.
And Tetsuro Tetsuro explains as to what these units are, what these 13 gunslave units and their partners are, and they're called Noble Rod and everything. And then as later we cut to the butler, who was trying to explain to Tetsuro as to everything that's been happening and everything.
Yeah.
As he's being led onto what looked like a town, well, not a town square, but it's kind of like a stadium.
Yeah, it looked like a stadium when they were walking to.
Yeah, so they're walking into the stadium, and then you see what looked like Juzo carrying Tetsuro, but of course in the context of Tetsuro, it's because of the fact he used harmony on Juzo. And so we find out that the butler is actually a guy named Andy Wachowski, who explains his backstory that early on he had weak legs. He was a twin brother to another twin that was much more fortunate in the physical department and actually joined the war.
Mm-hmm.
But on the way to the base, his brother lost his legs. And because of this predicament, Wachowski decided to create Extendeds, which was meant to be a supplement, a way to give people their life back and everything. But because of how it's been used and mistreated and everything, he no longer wants anything to do with it, and instead wants all the Extendeds and everything in the world to just be gone.
Yes. It was a mistake that he invented.
Yeah. And what caused the perfect storm in his case is the fact that Victor, who is a genius among geniuses of engineers, has the shadow version of himself.
Yes.
In the form of his two sub-brains that he implanted in himself that basically took form when he got traumatized. So it's basically, like I said, it's a perfect storm between Wachowski not wanting to have anything to do with Extended anymore, and Victor, yeah.
Yeah, now when you explain everything, there's a lot of info dump.
That is very much so, yeah.
In this episode.
I mean, the fact that we got like two flashbacks.
There's a lot of plot.
The fact that we got two flashbacks in one episode,
yeah,
it definitely says something. So this was definitely more so in the explanation and setup side of things than anything, yeah. So no real battles, no real anything. It was just a lot of info.
Yeah, a lot of info, and then I guess the best part was like when they left off, where Juzo's not in control of his body, and then they got him on lockdown.
Yeah, so I guess the harmony thing for him wise, he could listen to the conversation.
Like his conscience is there.
That's what good old Andy was referring to. Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, info dump episode, and we'll see what happens from there.
Hopefully we get some combat and fighting in, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Now moving on to episode 7 of ReZero.
Oh man, a lot happened here.
A lot happens, and a lot of self-reflection with just the series as a whole, which is incredible considering the legacy that ReZero has garnered over the past few years, and everything all within one episode.
Yeah, man, it was crazy to watch. So in the very beginning,
it continues off to Beatrice actually saving Subaru, who did not want to be saved at all.
Nope.
But for some reason, Beatrice thought, "Oh, it's worth saving Subaru." Subaru tries to leave the room to go rescue Rem, but then Beatrice reveals that there's no point. If you're trying to go to that room, you're not gonna find the reason why you want to go to that room, which of course, is pretty much explains the fact that Rem is dead. Yeah. Okay, Rem is dead. Then I have literally no reason to live.
Yeah.
So he grabs a sharp object, aka a glass shard, to puncture his neck, and Beatrice is desperately trying to not let that happen to him for whatever reason.
Yeah, very out of character of her.
Very out of character, because Beatrice usually has nothing to do with Subaru, the outside rose wall, nothing. All she cares about is her library, and that's it.
Yeah.
In this particular scene, we find out as to why that is, because of the fact that as he's like kind of crashing down, he notices a book which looks very similar to the witch's cult book that Beetlejuice was using. And Beatrice actually grabs the book and embraces it very lovingly.
Yeah.
And I love, like, the bit I love about the episode was the fact that Subaru in his head, well, not just in his head, but out loud itself, he was trying to say, hey Byako, why does that book look like the cult book?
Yeah.
Don't tell me. It's just a normal book, right?
Yeah.
There's no, that's just a weird cover.
Yeah.
That's not, he's so much in denial for that. Beatrice, of course, being Beatrice, is not revealing anything. She's like she said, she doesn't want anything to do with them.
Yeah.
And then she pulls a race card.
Yeah.
She legit just pulls a race card on Subaru and just says, I don't want to have anything to do with humans.
Yeah.
You're a human. I don't like humans.
Yeah. You below me.
You're below me. And then Subaru, trying to put logic into a place where logic does not exist, explains, if you hate me, then why did you save me? You didn't save anybody else. You could have done anything else to save anybody else, but instead you chose to save me, of all people.
Yeah, he basically called her out. Like, where were you all these times?
Yeah.
Like, why we could have used you like here and here and here.
Yeah.
But she did none of that. And then the reveal is like she's been doing what the book has told her to do.
Yeah. She's not thinking for herself at all.
Nope.
All this time, the reason why she's been quote unquote existing for all this time is because of the fact that she abides by what the book says. And if the book does not say to do what tells you not to do, you're not gonna do it.
Yep.
So Elsa being Elsa, it's not like they were able to hide successfully from her anyway, because she literally saw him being pulled into the room, busts down the door, and ends Subaru's life. That's it.
Yep. And
for at least in this timeline.
Yeah. So the restart happened.
I like how Beatrice didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, she was like
when Elsa was killing him, but I have a feeling it's because of the fact that Elsa is part of the cult herself. Like she's part of the.
Yeah, like I feel like also Beatrice, because since she has the book herself, so like they're all part of the same team.
Yeah. So
it's like it's shocking to see like, oh man, that's a left turn for Beatrice.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh man, that sucks, you know.
Is it safe to say, like, I'm thinking about it now, but is it safe to say that, because remember when the last episode they were blaming everything on Frederica? Yeah. Is it safe to say that maybe it's Beatrice that might have been the one to attract? Yeah.
Yeah.
They never said it. They never said it explicitly, but I'm just thinking about it because they said that. Oh, Frederica might be it. I'm thinking it's Beatrice now.
Yeah, because
that makes sense.
We said it on the last podcast too, like maybe Frederica let Elsa into the match, but now we know all this. Yeah, it's part of Beatrice the whole time.
And on top of that, because of the fact that Subaru has the witch's smell and everything, which of course gets talked about later, but not to go too ahead. But because of the fact that he has that witch's smell on him, I was also thinking that maybe that might be the reason why Beatrice saved Subaru in the first place. All starting to make sense now.
The plot.
But anyways, to progress further into what was going on, Subaru of course does the same thing. He respawns back to right after his original trial. And the little touches that I like about this episode is that they actually skip past all the mundane parts. Because Subaru, of course, has to relive everything that's been going on. But thankfully, for the courtesy of our viewership, the show kind of fast forwards past all the stuff that we've already seen. At this point would be the third time. And instead, we land right onto the new part of the episode. The new part being very, very backstabby. With everything, because so to basically explain, just to get to the juicy parts, we cut to a field, and by the cut to a field, we go to some exposition involving them going to a field, and by them I mean Subaru, Garfield, and
that little elf girl.
the elf girl, yeah, pink-haired elf girl. They're explaining as to what they need to do, how to get Emilia to successfully complete the trial, and then also bring up the fact that Subaru himself would elect himself to participate in the trial. So and that was kind of like that's kind of what made me like think of that whole thing was the fact that wait a minute, Subaru has the scent of like a witch.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the reason why Beatrice and
Garfield like don't trust him.
So then Garfield just pretty much locks him up and tries to keep him from anyone seeing him pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Subaru's stuck there. She's stuck there for a couple days.
For 3 days, yeah. Everyone's trying to search for him, and no one could find him. They passes by again, and then Otto.
Yeah,
right?
Otto, our boy. Mm-hmm. He randomly shows up. He's like, "Oh, I've been on the run for looking for you, man. Like, I'm glad I could find you. Let's get the hell out of here." It's like, and then Subaru's like, he can't comprehend what's happening. He's like, "Why did you come get me? Like, what was this purpose? Like, what does this benefit you?" And he's like, "Dude, I just came because you're my friend." And then, like, this moment of Subaru realizing what he said to him is like, whoa, wait a minute. He just said, I'm his friend. Mm-hmm. And he just busts out, like, kind of like laughing, crying. Like, he's laughing, like, like someone, like Otto would do this for him. But at the same time, he's crying because he's finally like, holy shit. He's my friend.
Yeah.
Like, someone cares about me.
Yeah, someone cares about me. Like obviously people care about him, but like to him, like for Otto to tell Subaru that he's his friend is nothing that Subaru has heard, because this whole time, Subaru's been by himself, like in his past life and even in this world, también. And yeah, so it was like when I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, dude, this is like so like next level character development for Subaru. So it was very cool to see in this episode, and it kept me thinking like, man, Subaru's like no one likes this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're like, man, I'm so glad finally Subaru gets a friend, a genuine friend.
Yeah, like it's crazy because like I did not think of that like at all pretty much like before. Mm-hmm. That the fact that like Subaru didn't really have like much of like any friends at all, like, other than like maybe Rem. Yeah. But even Rem is out of commission now because of what happened in that first episode of the second season. Mm. So now pretty much everybody was pretty much nice to Subaru because Subaru is a great guy. Yeah. But that's it pretty much.
Yeah. So very good ending to this episode. So can't wait to see how they escape.
Yeah.
And see what goes from there, man.
If Subaru escapes or ends his life right here, who knows?
Another reset.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
All right, so
now the next episode of anime we're gonna be talking about for second seasons is episode 8 of Fire Force.
Yes.
The fight continues with the Hellhounds Infernals.
Yes.
But we also find out that besides the dogs, we also have the humans.
Yes.
The human infernals that the gang has to fight as well. Mm-hmm. One thing that I kind of found kind of interesting is that as all that mayhem was going on, Victor gets launched into what looks like a bunch of spikes, but it kind of looked like one of the infernals blasted the spikes away and protected Victor. Oh. I found that kind of weird.
Well, I guess because since I guess the Inferno thought, okay, so he protected him from the spikes. Yeah, he's not gonna protect him from my blast, like he's gonna burn him alive. But,
no, I thought it was Victor almost landing on spikes.
Yeah,
and then the whistle dude used his ability, and then our boy Shinra just kicked him.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened. And then he says, "Are you all right?" Oh yeah. I was like, oh, the buffs help me.
Yeah. Because I think he did land the spikes.
Yeah,
Right?
because that was.
He barely landed on spikes.
Yeah, because I found that kind of weird. I might have to rewatch the episode just to kind of get to see what happened. But yeah,
Like
that's
how
what it
strong
looked
is that
like. It.
defense buff, right?
Yeah, the defense
Yeah,
buff.
I
is good.
legit thought that I saw like the Infernal do
Nah.
that, and then like the
Nah.
Infernal just left.
Infernals won't
so.
do that.
Well, we don't know that yet.
They have the.
They obey to one leader.
Yup.
Yeah. And then what happened afterward?
Then we get introduced to the leader,
The main
the
leader.
white clad.
Yeah,
The
no,
white clad leader.
yeah. Well, it's kind of interesting because he wasn't like.
He wasn't part of the main white clads, but he
Yeah.
was. He was.
He had his attire.
He had his attire of
Yeah.
the white clads.
But he was an Infernal, which was kind of interesting.
Infernal demon.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
some
Infernal
of these
demon.
Infernals talk.
Yes.
A lot of them.
Like
all,
all-
yeah,
all of them?
them.
Yeah,
all
all
of
of
them
them
talk,
on
yeah.
that location
Yeah,
talk.
I guess because the effect of the oasis itself. Because we also get introduced the backstory with the woman.
Yeah.
I think it's a pillar.
You think it's a pillar man?
Yeah.
I mean,
It seemed like the case, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked her backstory. Like, you know, she was just walking around, you know, seeing the world like in chaos, and then she was like, you know what, I'm gonna just chill here and like do my thing.
Mhm, yeah.
Funny how what kind of animal was he again? The little
The mole.
the mole. Oh, it's a mole.
Oh,
Yeah. The mole actually got like his fire powers from her.
Yeah. Like she was teaching all the animals around her like to speak, and like she would put like little scarves on them. It was like, you know, it was very cute to see, but like no one knows what happened to her. Like she
disappeared.
just disappeared.
Yeah.
As we
Just like Aang.
we'll see. Well, as we see, like that's not the case. 'Cause, they go the Fire Force team. They go into the building. What's the building called? But yeah, they go into the building, which is kind of like a trap in itself. But like the captain and the two captains and Arthur, they go check it out, and while the other guys are
It's a trap.
securing the area. But then they get revealed like it's an ambush with the Infernos, and then they also see the Infernal demon.
That was funny because it was kind of obvious because, you know, you see the demon or one of the demons look.
Yeah,
at them.
when they go on inside, they're like,
Yeah, they just go on attack. Yep.
yeah. So like they know that the Fire Force team, they know that they cannot deal with the demon because they're too strong.
Yeah, they needed a captain.
Even with like a full department and like a bunch of people, it takes a while to even put like even if you kill it, like it takes a while to even put it to rest.
Yeah, because
they needed the extra captain, at least one of the captains to deal at least something. But right now they have no captains.
Because they mentioned that with the last demon infernal that they killed, it was pretty much a miracle because they had all the firepower. They literally had all the firepower they needed from all the towns and stuff being set on fire, and the fact that they had like three squads basically to actually help put it out. So now they not only not have that amount of fire available to them, but they also don't have the amount of people to them.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a difficult challenge for Shinra and the gang to defeat this.
Pretty much the only thing that they have going for them is the fact that Shinra is an Adalo burst user.
Yeah.
And so Shinra is basically saying, I gotta tap into
the
Evangelist power to actually deal some damage to this guy.
It's funny how the demons were ignoring the animals, and he's like,
yeah, I found that kind of insulting, but at the same time,
I'm an
makes
animal,
sense.
man.
Yeah, it's like, listen to me. This is my forest.
Anyways.
Then we get into the tempo thingy again.
Yeah, and it was confusing what all the numbers were supposed to mean, and then from my surprise, Arthur knows what the hell these numbers mean.
Apparently knows he thinks it's pi. You know the numbers to pi.
Yeah.
3, 14.
3.147.
I don't know how he's figuring it out, but Even both captains were like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
He figured it out because he was using it like a rhyme or whatever, and so he used that rhyme to basically put together that this is from Pi. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I was confused.
It's a way.
I was confused myself.
It was a way for him to basically figure out like what the digits are, because like again, pi isn't just 3.14. It's basically a long continuous number. It's a continuous digit that is basically the perfect number to actually represent how to get the circumference of a circle.
Oh, dude. Awesome.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're never too old to learn.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that was the end of that episode.
Yes.
All around, it was pretty cool. Like it's a continuation of this arc. There's not really much else to say. We get to see the Demon Infernal, which is cool, and yeah.
That demons talk. More demons talk.
More of the Infernals talk.
Yeah.
It's not because Demon Infernals are
specific ones.
Yeah, because before we had that other demon. Was he a Demon Infernal?
he was.
It was a big one though.
From the first
He was
season.
an Infernal, I think, right?
Yeah, but he was like talking like a lot of shit.
Yeah,
It looked like an armored one.
yeah,
No, but he was still Inferno.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
so-
these look like your generic.
Yeah, they
ones,
look-
the
they're like the
yeah.
generic
So these
grunts.
guys, the fact that these guys were able to talk and they have their own, like, a society and stuff was pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like it's all part of the Oasis itself.
Yeah.
In effect. But yeah, that's Fire Force episode 8.
Mm-hmm. All right, and now we move on to our, I want to say our Netflix anime section or whatever, but
it's just
we don't have Great Pretender at this point
But
because
yeah,
we're still waiting
so-
on that update.
7, 8, and 9. No,
Oh,
wait.
8,
no,
9,
8,
10.
9, 10. So instead, we are going to be capping off Japan Sings 2020. Just to be done with it, we've actually been wanting to marathon this for a while.
Yeah.
But considering this is only 3 episodes left, we thought, why the hell not? Let's just get this done.
Let's just finish it.
So episode 8 of Japan Sings starts off with our 2 main characters, of course, Go and Ayumu, stuck in the dinghy with the other old man, not the badass,
No,
not the badass
the
arrow
sailor
old
man.
man. This is the sailor one, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not looking too good. He's kind of coughing up blood, but he helps out Go with his seasickness, gives him some pills and everything. The kids take it and everything, and they go to sleep. Unfortunately, they wake up and they find out
Well,
that there's
one wakes up.
Yeah, one wakes up. Ayumu wakes up. Ayumu wakes up and finds out that seagulls are pecking at his body.
Yeah, I didn't know they did that, bro. I didn't know that seagulls peck at dead bodies like that.
Seagulls, from what I know, from what I learned of seagulls, they are
But-
basically the crows of the sea.
But yeah, but pretty much the body's dead. She's scared off her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like anyone should
And a
be.
shark
And
scoops
no,
it up
no.
as...
Before that, Gone or what's his name?
Go.
Go was gonna wake up,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the shark pops out. I was like, whoa, thank the Lord. He didn't see that.
Nature taking his effect, man.
Yeah,
Nature's scary. And
I was surprised with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
So now that he's out of the picture,
It's kind of weird how they didn't. He didn't question it.
I think because they both saw him cough blood. They were like, he's as much like.
Do you think he just jumped off the boat? He thought of.
I think at this point, I think Go is kind of
He's used to
numb
this.
Yeah, he's kind of numb to the fact that people are dying left and right, honestly.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Very true. But this whole episode, like the half of it, it's like Life of Pi.
It was Life of Pi, and I was also kind of thinking, like, I shouldn't be... Like, you guys remember that one Discovery show, I Shouldn't Be Alive?
No.
No, it was like this reality show that also had, like, acted elements too, where, like, they were trying to recreate the fact... They were recreating the story of, like, these survivors that basically recap their story. Like, there's one, like... that was stuck on like a lifeboat or whatever. I was kind of like reminded of that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we get to see how
The struggle was real because the plastic boat itself had
It's not
crabs.
rubber.
it was. Yeah, there was like some clamps stuck on top of it, and then like fishes were biting it, and then like it's just nature taking its course, man. Like
Yeah.
The
flying fishes coming
flying
in
fishes,
there.
they wanted to eat it too, but
Yeah.
it flew out.
And and it's just like also boredom, like when you're drifting
stranded
away
and stuff. Yeah.
I was surprised that there weren't more instances. I know it's
I
kind
thought
of
they were in a
messed up to
fight
say.
between each other.
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah, you can go insane there.
Yeah.
But, they're related.
They were getting also, what do you call it? Not insane, but like they pictured their parents like rescuing them.
Yeah, hallucinating.
Yeah. They were
Her
hallucinating.
dad, their dad and everything like coming by. It's like, hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah, and then luckily, lo and behold,
The mom comes.
after many flares and signals to rescue.
The mom and Haruo were able to find them,
Yes.
which definitely was nice and
A sigh of
paid off.
relief.
Yeah.
But at first I was like, okay, where's also Kai? But like he doesn't show up, not yet. And then now it's just mom and Haru.
Yeah, and the senpai. And then they ended up rowing the boat, and they managed to find another boat, a motorboat.
A motorboat, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was stuck.
Yes, it was stuck. It would not leave from this. I think like acre or like the rope. The rope just got stuck on
Yeah,
it.
The
it
rope
was
got
anchored.
stuck, yeah.
It was anchored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of foreshadow this because obviously our mother character has artificial organs, and
Pacemaker,
Pacemaker.
and there's no sunlight throughout this whole time, and in the sea it's all covered in ashes.
volcanic ash and everything. Yeah.
And then you hear the battery from the actual what do you call it? The machine.
Yeah.
You just hear it beep. I was like, oh no, this is not good.
So
yeah.
they all knew, like, well, the mom, being a heroic soul, she takes the risk of going down there and untangling them from the situation, hopefully come back. And it don't end up that way,
They dived in to get her off from the sea, but unfortunately, even with CPR and everything, nothing happened.
Nothing was gonna save her. But it was a beautiful way for her to go out, saving her.
Very noble, yeah.
Saving her family and friends. And it's tough to see, like, what would you do? But, like, there was nothing. Though she was the best candidate because she apparently was the best swimmer, and her team in high school and all that. And like I said, tough to see. And she passes away.
Yeah.
And that's how that episode ends.
No.
It was very depressing.
Very. And so we continue from that depressing to episode 9, where
Driving the boat.
they're driving the boat and Haru's, just trying to.
Senpai, I think Senpai tried to cheer them up by going.
Yeah,
fast.
like he was just trying to like change the mood, like let's just go, let's go, and like just try to have fun with it.
By the time the boat ran out of gas, they ended up finding like, I guess, food that rised up from the ocean.
Yeah, like from a couple other boats that were unfortunate enough.
Oh yeah.
And so there was a bunch of like a pack of water bottles, and fruit, boxes of food.
I was like, damn, you guys got lucky there.
Yeah, they did. And then also, was in that same scene too? Like, they also got super lucky with Kite showing up.
Yeah, well, before Kite showed up, there was also a ship that also passed by.
Oh,
it was an actual legit ghost ship.
Yeah, that's scary.
And all the survivors were basically, they were
getting eaten by seagulls.
Those damn seagulls, huh?
Dude, man.
Seagulls are scary.
Blew my mind when watching this. I was like, these seagulls are savages.
No, barely even human.
Oh god.
But thankfully, the boat itself got stuck, and Haruo, oh my gosh! So Haruo elected himself to go check to see if everything was, to get it unstuck.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm thinking, you know what? We're getting near to the end of the series, and each time a character decides to oh, I'll go and get this done by myself. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking, man, this is not gonna end well.
Yep.
But thankfully, that's when Kite showed up with a military-grade submarine / tank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which-
it was a boat tank.
It was like a hybrid.
Yeah, it was super cool. I don't know how he came across this thing,
Yeah,
but that's the power of being a YouTuber, right?
I know, right? Good lord. And also, Mr. Onodera survived too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Super crazy.
Yeah.
But like it's so much of a sigh of relief.
I have a feeling. I think the guy was telling him where to get all this stuff.
You think so?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
because he knew the coordinates too.
It's hard to say.
The
Like,
vegetable guy. Come on, man.
it's hard to say, dude. Like they really don't go in depth with it.
Yeah,
But you know, just
but he has conversations with him too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's
damn.
true. Yeah.
so it's like it's a thank God moment.
It is. Yeah.
Like I said, like a sigh of
That
relief.
good people
You know,
to survive. this.
exactly. Kai
Mhm.
got to them, and then they're cruising through the sea.
Yeah, right now they're having like no issues at all. This is just a straight pass through the ocean
Yeah,
right now.
smooth sailing, literally.
Yeah, and then they stop on by the lighthouse. And
Yeah.
then
You get to see like Japan in general. It was
Mhm.
completely
it's-
underwater.
It's all gone.
Uh,
With like, you know, Kite being Kite, you know, trying to lighten the mood, and then everybody starts.
He starts a beat, and they all go freestyle.
And but he basically just said, just like get anything that's off your chest,
Mm-hmm.
like whatever you're angry about, whatever is making you depressed, get it out there.
Yeah.
Sing this rap. And it's very cool to see. Like at first it's like, you know, like, this is weird, this is cringe, but like when I really think about it, it's like, you know, that's actually a good way to like get it out of your system.
It is, yeah.
So like, you know, everyone was like digging it, so it was cool to see. And then once everybody took, even the scientist vegetable guy, he took part of it.
Yeah.
With his blinking.
It's SOS, man.
And then they take a group photo in the end of it.
It just kind of makes me think, like, whenever those group photos
Oh,
take
God.
place, it's always
and,
like.
and then here it comes.
I know.
So Kite, being Kite, knows there's a certain location to retrieve the archives of Japan,
Yeah.
and so he goes on a mission impossible, if you would like to say.
It was his words, not ours. He brought up Mission Impossible, and he brought up Tom Cruise.
Because the scientist says that there's gonna be a big earthquake, but he has
Yeah.
to make there.
Yeah, he has to make it there to retrieve the archives and get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the scientist himself said that the island itself is gonna come back
Yeah, it's
within 2 years. or
2
something.
years, 10 years, it does. They don't know, but it was gonna rise up again. So obviously Kai wanted to get those information, but you know, worst thing to come. Earthquake shows up, and Kite's in a very tight pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to download the files real fast.
Yeah, but you know, computers being computers, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna just take my time. There's no world-ending problem going on your end, right?
It reminded me of dial-up. You know, it took its time, its sweet
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the copying didn't even work, so he just
just took the
busted
hard drive.
Yeah, he just
Ugh.
busted it open and just took the hard drive itself. Yeah.
Should
Put
have
it
done
in
that
the
in the
water
beginning.
seal.
True, but like I think it would have been easier just to call in the little flash drive, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but you know, he had to resort to that, and then
It was already flooding because of the earthquake, and the cave itself was caving. Well, not caving in, but going down.
yeah. So you know, Kite gets the vegetable guy, and then he doesn't notice, but there were oxygen tanks there, but he picked the one that had a hole in it. So like he took the first breath, and then they swim out of there, and then he's trying to get the vegetable guy to breathe too, but
Yeah.
it's so little left of it. But it's so cool. I like this scene a lot. Even himself knows the situation he's in, and that he even started swimming himself. Like he tried his hardest to like swim with his hands and his feet
Mhm.
to get both of them out of there.
Yeah, and
I feel he helped a bit.
he helped a lot.
When Onodera was like kind of doing what he was doing to like kind of swim, I guess, in his own way, I thought, man, this is a bad sign. 'Cause I was thinking at first that okay, maybe Kite's gonna be in trouble, or like, you know, but then I was like, wait a minute, Mr. Onodera is like very important in this whole scheme, in this whole plan of like, you know, making things better and stuff. Think something might happen with him, and at first I was getting kind of scared because we were kind of having literal flashbacks like right before we saw like that episode where with the mom and how they were trying to revive her with CPR. Then things didn't work out with her, so I was thinking, oh man, maybe things might not work out with him. So when that was going on, I thought, man, I don't think CPR is the best method to bring people back, kids.
And slapping too, man.
Right?
I like that though. Like, you know, like when you're there, you're like, come on, damn it.
You feel like you're panicking.
Yeah, like you can make this. And like he, you know, God bless Kai. You know, he gives that one last thud to his chest, and he finally pukes the water out of him.
Yeah.
So we were like, whew, thank God. But then, you know, the water, you know, nature being nature, you know, the tides are coming in, and then
go. Why didn't you hold on to that ball?
Let's go to the hard drive, and it almost drifts away to the sea with all, but barely, just barely, it hangs on to like this part of a building, like a maze kind of thing. So
and Haruo
and they did it on this show, man, where you're like, oh God, don't fall off. Oh, now it's going back in. Oh no, it's going.
And the reason why they did that was because they were trying to count down as to like how long is it gonna take. Okay,
well, I didn't mean that in general. They made it so intense. So
they did, but they were like in that second turn, Kite was like counting.
Oh, I know they were counting, but I meant the show itself.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, they just want the, you know, intensity to build up and stuff.
Yeah, so like Robert was saying, like both Kite and Haru were counting down how long is it gonna take for me to get to point A and back
before
the tide comes in, sweeps me away. So obviously Haru, being our amazing runner for Japan, he takes it on himself, like this, I'm gonna take this, I got this, guys. And like you said earlier, whenever someone decides to take on the moment, he has his moment. He gets the hard drive. He does everything he can.
He chucks it.
He chucks the baton.
And then it's like a flashback, but not really. It's just an audio flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
you just hear him winning, I guess.
Yeah, like.
And he looks up to the sky, and it's just white.
Yeah.
And here comes the tide. Whoosh.
He just flips him away.
He was able to toss it though, thankfully.
Yeah.
My man did not.
And then Kite over here yelling his heart out over there, like, "Hey, where are you?"
I could have run faster than that.
Yeah.
And yeah, there goes Haru as well.
Yeah.
And I was left with them four. And that was the end of episode 9.
That was the end of episode 9, and then 10, our penultimate finale, comes into play, and we find out that with that information with that vital information that we have now, Kite is uplinking, is trying to view the data that's on the drive itself.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, given the circumstances of the weather and everything like that, his phone battery died.
Yeah.
With that happening, he decided, hey, what did he say? He was going out to fish for supplies.
Yeah, and
supplies that he knew he was gonna need, but he didn't let Ayumu or them know. Just like what was going on with that.
So yeah, they build a raft to get to this to the supplies that Kite was wanting to get to, and lo and behold, there was a balloon set up for him, and to like, well, we don't. At first I didn't know what he was trying to do, and like
he was filling up with the oxygen tank.
Yeah, which I don't know where he got that either, but either way, he makes his kind of like a hot air balloon, And he's like, all right, guys, I'll see you guys later. And at first I was like, this mug, is he really gonna escape?
I didn't know. I think he was thinking of something. That's why he said one person. But I remember to back then what he was like. He's not gonna leave him.
Yeah.
So it's not like on the long run, like this whole fucking adventure, he's not gonna leave them. I think he had an idea.
No, yeah, I know.
So
that's what I first thought. Like a quick instant, like, oh, this mug, you know. But then like you see what he does, and like what happens.
That shit was smart.
It was very smart, and I was like, damn, I didn't know you could even do that.
It was pretty much like a flare.
Yeah,
of detection.
A digital flare. So for Go and Amu to get
and it sucked too because he was freezing to death up there.
It was that was hard to see.
Yeah, man. I was getting scared for this man.
Yeah, just obviously being that high altitude, you're gonna freeze to death.
Yeah, they did the animation real good.
He was suffering up there.
Yeah, he was trying his damn hardest
to keep the signal alive.
The signal alive for the internet.
And then we hop back to
Go
and them.
Amu.
Yeah,
and they get saved.
They got the signal, and then it just disappears. The signal itself disappears.
But it was just enough for the rescue helicopter to come in and save them.
Pretty much.
So, and then we don't know what happens to Kite.
Yeah.
From that, yeah.
So at this point,
Go mentions that like Kite's gonna come back. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we don't know anything about him. And right when they were like celebrating their, their hurrahs and stuff, Ayumu notices collapses. We the audience.
Yeah.
We knew what was going on.
Yeah. With her leg.
Yeah.
So we knew what she was gonna have to come to.
Yeah.
And even the doctors even told her, they're like, "Hey,
you would die.
You're gonna die if you keep this."
Yeah. So they have to amputate the leg. Yeah.
And you called it?
I did. Yeah.
And after that, we get the whole montage, no?
The montage of I guess couple years, present day, future. Like it would go back and forth.
Well, before that though, when she was at the hospital, she received a message from Kite.
Oh yes.
Well, it's not a message from Kite. So pretty much the message itself. No, messages in general. Whenever you leave state or something, your phone, you don't receive nothing. But when you come back from your trip, you start receiving everything. And that's what she got. She started receiving she received the message from Kite. And that was the message what they did prior to where was it? Where were they?
They were it was right after. They didn't specify what.
But the location was.
They didn't specify what the location was. It was just we just know that this happened after the farm and.
The farm, yeah.
Not the farm, the camp, and before the port, basically.
Yeah. And it was celebrating her birthday.
Yeah.
And I think we could say for all of us that's hard to see because wow.
We see everybody that could have been, and it was hard to watch.
Yeah, and obviously I'm crying and stuff. So it's very touching.
Because then you see her cry, and then she ends up crying a lot. And then you see that drops land on her on the phone itself.
It's powerful.
Yeah, very powerful.
And that's when we see the flash forwards slash flashbacks of what
I guess other characters, like all the characters from the story itself throughout the whole anime.
Yeah.
All the people they met, it was a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah, like
the only one that never got a flashback was the chick, huh? The one that
she had a quick glimpse.
She had a quick glimpse?
Yeah, they mentioned her.
They did?
Yeah.
I did not see her.
Yeah, they mentioned her. And it's just like when you see this, she's like, man, this is one hell of a journey to where they're at now, and where Japan ends up being as well. And like them rebuilding up, because like the scientist said, it was gonna rise up eventually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he was in some kind of, what do you call it? What was it? What did I tell you guys?
like Stephen Hawking.
Stephen
Yeah,
Hawking.
Stephen-
Yeah, he had his
chair.
Stephen Hawking chair.
And teaching the class.
And we get to see glimpse of their future, I guess. You
Yeah.
see Gon as a
Esports
Yeah.
MLG player.
He missed that, and he's also a swimmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
He learned how
In
to
his past, in his free time.
Yeah.
And Amu in the Olympics, I think, she was doing like a jumping.
Yeah, she was doing the.
But the crazy thing in that flashback, well, in that montage, we get a glimpse of who looks like Kite.
Yeah.
But,
that was
Yeah,
crazy.
he had his face covered.
Yeah.
With the cap.
With the hat and everything. So,
Yeah.
like,
It's implied that he survived, which is nice.
yeah, it's a nice touch to, the director to do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just basically the end of this episode and the show itself was
Yeah.
like, we keep moving forward. We never forget.
Yeah,
Our
so pretty much,
heritage.
my thought was pretty much like, when catastrophe hits, we could still move on,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like there's we can always rebuild a building. We can always rebuild things, but you can never rebuild the people.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful message.
Yeah.
And then of it.
that was pretty good. Yeah.
So now that we've seen the whole show, what do you guys give this show?
What's your rating?
What's the rating for
What's
your
your
show?
rating, Ravi? What's
You guys looking at me?
what's your rating?
I think I'll give it like a 7. 7 out of 10. It was good. I like the characters a lot. The animation can look really good, but it could look really bad too. I was not a fan
Well,
of like the later episodes or anything
Yeah,
like that. With
it's
the animation, it looked really weird.
Yeah, I agree with you with that.
The characters, like, it's really weird. Like, I like Kite a lot. Like, Kite's my favorite character. I think it's safely say for all of us. He's
Yeah.
our favorite character.
Yeah.
The dad, even though he was only around for that 1-2 episodes,
Mhm.
was also really good too. The mom was really good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, Ayumu was, I like her character, like, because, as like kind of what she represents in regards to the fact that she's a teenager that
Yeah.
doesn't really know much of like what's going on, and she's very like scared. But like, I don't know. I think like in terms of like, as far as like protagonists are concerned, I think she can count as a protagonist. But
Yeah.
I feel like I would have rather followed Kite more so than her as like kind of like her journey.
Yeah.
But overall, it was really well done. Like it was good. I also like the ending. Also was also like, I know this is like in a sense it's a good ending. It's a well wrapped up ending. But
Yeah.
like this wasn't like, to me it's not like the type of ending that like I would have preferred.
Mm-hmm.
It's also another reason like why I just kind of gave it a 7. But yeah, it's a good show though. It's definitely something I could definitely recommend. It's a 10 episode series, so it's really short.
Yeah, you could binge it.
You could definitely binge it within a single day if you want to.
Homer?
Yeah.
And all right, for me.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's solid, man. Solid show. By the second episode, I was pretty hooked in,
Yeah.
and the characters are so well done. Like you said, Robbie, Kite was our favorite,
Yeah.
and the father figure, being the survivalist. And I don't mind. I'm on you. I mean, she went through a lot,
Mm-hmm.
like in the very beginning. So I think all that's going through her mind with her friends dying, the world, the home that she's been living is just gone, and it sucks, So no one's in the right mind state, but like especially for her, like that's why I don't think it bothers me with the leg thing, because that was like the least of her problems.
Oh yeah, I mean I think the leg is more of like an Easter egg, I guess, in a sense, because you could be able to kind of see kind of the progression, and if you can be able to catch it, but you could be able to kind of tell like where this was kind of gonna go.
Yeah, there wasn't like in the main character in the group we followed, there wasn't a character I was like, oh man, I wish they weren't there.
Yeah. I can definitely agree with
Except the UK guy.
that. Oh, Daniel.
You couldn't.
Daniel?
Yeah, you couldn't ignore
Daniel's
that.
barely
guy.
around for like a
Yeah,
couple
he's-
episodes.
That's why, man.
Oh,
I hope
okay.
he didn't exist.
Oh,
And then I agree with you with the ending. It's very generic, and but it wraps up with a nice bow. Good, and it's just 10 episodes, so
yeah,
but
it's nice.
definitely could binge it. So I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 for me. What'd you, David?
For me, it's not a weird way to no. It was a great show.
Like, don't get me wrong. This
It's
show's hard to watch.
It's pretty hard to watch. I can't say it's an amazing anime. It's like it's pretty. There's a lot of death happening in this whole show.
Yeah.
The tonal shifts are very weird.
Yeah, it was so. God, like, I would not want to live this at all.
Emotional roller coaster, man.
There's a lot of stuff happening, and character-wise, I didn't have any issues other than Daniel. It was just the only issue.
Yeah.
Everyone, well, of course, Kite was the intelligent one, the smartest
MVP,
one.
Yeah.
The GOAT, bro.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
The first time we met him, I was like, damn, this guy's cool. He
Yeah.
actually he actually just gave up his own, he could have, transportation. He could have just get away. He could have left.
Could have flown back to Russia.
Yeah. He could have stayed over, but no. He wanted to help, his fam.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Could not leave his fan behind.
Yeah, so throughout this whole journey, I felt like he was a lot of help. Other than his parents, their parents too.
yeah.
The parents were
Yeah.
really helpful. What else? Animation. Well, that's I guess towards this director in general. If you love or hate this, Devilman.
Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah, Devilman Crybaby, or what other ones? I had
He
more.
did Azoken, but Azoken is very different though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very different from Devilman or Japan Sinks.
Yeah.
He had more other shows, right?
Those are the two.
He
like-
did
But that's
other
probably-
movies too.
Yeah,
He did,
movies. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So they're similar to that. Azoken was I feel like
Azoken's like the
only
black
one.
sheep,
Yeah,
if anything.
like animation wise.
Animation wise, yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely the black sheep of the whole
But it was
thing.
closer to Devilman Crybaby, and
Yeah.
to me, I really didn't like the animation that much on
Yeah,
that.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
But the show, well, the destruction and all that was well planned and stuff.
Well done, yeah.
Well done, and the look and everything, and had no issues. The struggles were
real.
The suffering for all the characters was pretty tough too, man. There was no character that other than Daniel. You didn't
Poor
feel
Daniel.
Poor Daniel. I don't even know if he made it.
That's true. Yeah. That's so true.
Hopefully died.
Oh, come
Wow.
on, bro.
Come on, dude. Don't be like that.
Because even the bad people too. Were they technically bad?
They were.
The people from the farm?
No, it's just
they were just a cult following, I guess.
Yeah,
they were doing
they knew their purpose in life and they wanted to be there for the
Honestly, as far as cults go, that one was probably the nicest cult I can definitely see.
because they could have rejected them or could have
Yeah.
killed them
Yeah.
for something. You know?
It could have been worse.
It could have been
That
worse.
whole time being there.
Yeah, so I was thinking the bad whenever we got introduced to them. But never had an issue with characters other than that one. And I give this show an 8 as well.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Oh.
The only thing that just killed it was the character
Daniel?
the character designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's people's favorite. Well, for people they like that kind of art,
Yeah.
Yeah,
people have
it's
different
definitely
takes.
appealing.
and
Art
and
style.
for me it's not.
It's not
for
your.
me.
It's not for you.
Yeah.
But you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the.
I'm the one that gave it the
Anime.
lowest, I guess.
No, but still good rating.
Yeah.
Nothing to like. Oh, what, dude? A 3?
Yeah.
What? A
Not
2?
not like some other shows. Yeah.
And yeah, that's the end
That's the end of our anime, and that's the end of Japan Sinks, and also our Netflix shows for now.
Yep. So.
And then here comes game
Game news. We don't have any anime news to talk about, but hey, this game news comes pretty close.
Yeah, we got
we're gonna be
3.
We got 3, and the first one among us we're gonna be talking about is the Dragon Ball FighterZ DLC, Master Roshi.
Master
Oh
Roshi.
man, hype, dude.
Has been announced.
Yeah.
It's been a good few days since since this recording.
Yeah.
And yeah, his trailer looks pretty cool. Well, not okay. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. The trailer looks ass. Because they only showed like a minute of gameplay. It's like they're making the trailers like shorter and shorter with each character.
You're being too kind, Robert. They showed 10 seconds.
They showed 10 seconds. They showed like half an auto combo, or like one auto combo. That was it. But no, okay. To be fair though, the character looks great. What we've seen like in terms of gameplay, he looks cool.
Yeah.
Master Roshi looks the way he's supposed to.
Yeah.
We didn't get his like muscled up like version where he charges up the Kamehameha or anything like that. But fortunately, we had screenshots.
Yes.
The screenshots, pictures make just like 1,000 words.
Yep.
We get pictures, and based on the pictures and that little snippet of gameplay that we saw, he looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be in my main team? Probably not. But then again, I gotta catch up on Dragon Ball FighterZ DLC myself. So who knows? Maybe I might warm up to him just like I did with Yamcha when he launched. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. You can never know until you try them out.
Mm-hmm.
So Master Roshi could be a surprise hit.
Yeah.
Like with Goku GT. No.
GT Goku, yeah.
Yeah, just destroying the meta.
But that was
Right.
funny because prior to him getting announced, we were just thinking, me and Omar were thinking like, who would be DLC? Because we were thinking of Hercule, but
Hercule's in, bro. I think he's the next character.
Not.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, please not.
All right.
With this pack, it's kind of hard to say. I feel like they're just kind of like pulling characters from whatever.
For the
Because so
fans.
far, yeah, because the first 2 characters are literally from the tournament arc in Super.
Yeah.
And this one is just Master Roshi,
Yeah.
which was a huge favorite among like OG Dragon Ball fans and stuff. So, who knows?
Wait, this first Master Roshi appeared in the fighting game, right?
No, he's in the
others.
Budokai
He's in the
Tenkaichis.
Budokai?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, I mean, to be fair,
He
anything Budokai Tenkaichi, you could basically say every character.
Everyone is here.
Everyone's in.
Is in
Oh,
Budokai
okay.
Tenkaichi 3. Unless you first came out in Super or something like that, then yes, you've been in Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Yeah.
People were complaining that one character, what was it, like Bardock's best friend, wasn't in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I remember having like conversations about that. That's how many characters were in that game.
But yeah, I'm predicting right now, Hercule, Mr. Satan himself is gonna be the next character.
No.
We'll see.
Call it now.
No.
I'm putting money on it.
I'm with Omar that I want him to be a character, but I mean I don't. I'm also
tired
with
of
David that
No, I'm tired of him.
What?
Damn, we're having
Dude,
hot
we-
takes today.
We need our Dan of the game, bro. Come on.
no,
I want to see Hercule in that jetpack, bro.
Jeez.
it's gonna be RLA. RLA from Dr. Slump. All right.
Next.
Moving on, we got our DC dump,
Yeah, that was
we
just
got-
dropped today.
Gotham Knights, which is basically, you guys like Arkham City? You guys like Arkham Knight?
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Batman is dead. And that's not a spoiler. They flat out just tell you in the
From
trailer
trailer.
that Batman is gone. So now we got 4 characters.
We got the family.
This is so I've said this
Brought
before.
out the family.
I've said so. This is basically what it is. It's Gotham. It's Arkham gameplay, but it's multiplayer Arkham gameplay, and you get to choose between 4 characters. You get to choose between Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Red Robin.
Yes.
Not the burger, but the hero. Anyway, the three Robins and the Batgirl.
Yes.
And you get to play as them, and it's very, very much set up like, at least structure-wise, it's very much set up like the newer Assassin's Creed games. You have a leveling system.
Yeah.
You have damage. You have damage numbers. You get to be able to customize your build and everything like that.
Yep.
So, and the cool thing about this is going to be the fact that you get to play multiplayer, co-op multiplayer,
Yeah.
more specifically. I think I'm not sure. They didn't say anything about PvP, though, right?
No.
I feel like that might be a thing later. But I'm just kind of pulling straws right
It's
now.
because what you want, right?
It's probably what I want. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very cool to see. Hopefully it's the full game could be co-opted.
Mhm.
So but if you could play single player, you could play all 4 characters.
And this right here feels like the perfect opportunity to add like DLC characters, like
Yeah.
because
So-
there's 4 Robins and they don't have Damian Wayne in.
So finally, we know that it's Tim. It's Tim.
Yeah, it's Tim Drake.
It's
yeah.
Tim Drake.
Yeah,
that
Red Robin.
plays Robin. Yeah.
I
But
didn't know.
no Damian Wayne,
I
and
thought it was Damian.
That could be DLC.
and I was also kind of like
DLC.
telling the guys too that what about Terry McGinnis? There's Batman Beyond.
I wish, bro.
Yeah, but
That
it's
needs
not
to
the
be.
right.
That needs
not
to be
the
its
right
own
timeline.
game, bro.
Not the right timeline. He's probably not even born yet.
I don't know, man. This could go anywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. The so far that they showed off was just pre-alpha footage, so
Yeah.
this game is probably not going to come out until later in 2021,
2022.
Day,
I'd
right?
say.
2022 maybe even
Yeah.
if there's any delays, but yeah, it
But
looks pretty cool
but so far their mark is 2021.
Yeah.
so far. Cross your
We'll see.
fingers. Cross your fingers if this actually works.
I like the combat on it. It was pretty cool.
Very Arkham.
Yeah, and you can do combos.
Which okay,
The
but
combo
funny
thing, the combo
funny
thing was
is-
awesome.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I actually forgot to mention. The funny thing is, this isn't even developed by Rocksteady.
Oh.
This is actually developed by Warner Brothers Games Montreal,
Yep.
and that actually blew my mind because I actually thought this was Rocksteady because like the gameplay looked so much like Arkham.
Mm-hmm. And-
So who knows? I'm hoping that they nail that style, which I feel like at this point they should. It's been like it's been a good chunk of time, and I feel like this kind of style of gameplay is very common. I feel like in the video game market right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Bring the co-op games again, right?
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Honestly,
So,
I mean this honestly feels like 4-player multiplayer you can just do right here and there.
yeah. I can see that, like, 4-player do like a horde mode or something like that.
But I think the only thing that's kind of concerning is how's the open world gonna work? Because imagine 2-player. Well, I don't know.
They kind of, I don't know, they kind of did, but like you could tell where your other players at,
Yeah.
like how far they are from what they're
Like if
doing.
you play GTA Online, then yeah, that you could probably do multiplayer like that. But I
Mhm.
mean, like, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. It's very, very early to say what's gonna happen in this game.
Well,
Yeah.
they have actual gameplay, not like some.
Well,
other
no,
games
it's
that
pre-alpha footage.
I
so
know.
a lot of what the game is showing us right now is gonna be changed.
But
later on.
but I mean, like compared to like other games that look at this image. There you go.
But
or
I mean, if
look
you
at
have
this cutscene.
if you have pre-alpha footage, I mean, every game is different. I mean, if you think about like Shin Megami Tensei 5, that game was announced and that one only had like a little bit of a trailer for 2.5 years that we had to go
Yeah.
off of. So no, this is definitely on a better footing than that at least. You
Yeah.
should have something.
True.
But as far as I know, a lot of stuff can change in between now
Yeah,
and
'cause
when the release date
I
comes.
think
so-
the only issue I had with this was the AI enemies, but that's
That's-
usually in
That could
every
be
game.
fixed.
that
Yeah.
can be fixed. Again, this is pre-alpha. We're not even in alpha stage yet, so
Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. 2022.
Hey,
2022.
the scenes were pretty cool too.
Yeah.
The cutscenes and stuff.
My main complaint is Mr. Freeze isn't played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, but hey, maybe that could be modded in. Maybe that could be added as DLC.
Robbie, you need to chill, bro.
Yeah.
You need a
Chill.
freeze.
But I like how you said about Rockstar because the perfect segue too.
Perfect segue to our next segment is going to be the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League video game, and it is being developed by Rocksteady.
Oh what?
Oh boy! And hey, similarities here. There's also 4 characters right here that look to be pretty playable. We got Deadshot, Harley Quinn, King Shark, and of course Captain Boomerang.
Everyone's favorite.
Everybody's favorite. Well, hey,
Jeez.
speaking of everybody's favorite, they got the original voice actors for Harley Quinn from the Batman animated series to voice Harley Quinn here.
Yes, it's always a treat to hear her voice.
I know,
Always
yeah.
praise her role. It's like her
Shoga.
and Mark Hamill doing the Joker. It's always
Yeah,
like,
I know.
yes.
Now, unfortunately, we don't have any confirmation if the Joker is going to make any kind of appearance or if he's even going to be played by Mark Hamill if he is here. But we have Harley Quinn, and of course, her being part of the Suicide Squad and her being a main playable character is going to be pretty cool to see. And of course, given the title, the Kill the Justice League, there's also, of course, the reveal, the fact that Superman is not so good.
Yeah, very bad.
Very bad to the bone, and so they have to kill them.
That's their target.
Yeah. the trailer and stuff looks very looks like it's gonna be very like comedy focused, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of DC games, especially when Batman related DC games, go for that dark, brooding Christopher Nolan kind of feel. So this is gonna be kind of an interesting thing to kind of see, really.
Yeah, it's a different take. I think I could say for myself, we had a lot of Batman games.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to go Suicide Squad is a good take.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this one does.
For the people that like Superman.
Oh man, they're getting shafted, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna get that Superman 64 remake one day.
Yes.
Mark my words.
But, I wonder.
Titties will come back.
So we're gonna get the rest of the Justice League since we're gonna take them down.
We'll
right?
see.
Yeah. Well, and
There
the
was
cool
no-
thing is that this game is actually slated to be released in 2022.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe we might actually get. We don't have, unlike the Gotham Knights game, we don't have any pre-alpha footage. This is all just trailer footage.
Yeah.
So we don't even know what style the game is gonna be. My guess is gonna be it's gonna be like Arkham, but then again we have another game that's gonna play like Arkham. So I don't know, honestly.
Maybe I don't like Left 4 Dead.
You know
Ish.
what?
Maybe.
My-
I want to play as King Shark if that's the case. I wanna
Dude,
see
King
what
Shark looks fun, dude.
first person shark gameplay. I want to play that.
First human shark game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Street
my-
Shark gameplay. Dude.
Oh,
This
bro.
would be the Street Shark game that we've never got.
Oh, dude. You're tapping into my memory bone over here, bro.
Yeah, because DC is just opening up with stuff, man.
Yeah,
A lot of stuff.
They're trying to get that edge over Marvel,
Yeah.
considering how much of a shambles they're in.
I'm sorry, the new Marvel. I guess I'm not much of a Marvel fan, but that trailer never got to me. I didn't enjoy the
What trailer?
Infinity War?
no.
Oh,
no,
the game. Hot takes.
No, the game itself,
The Marvel games.
the Marvel game.
Like
what
the-
was it
I
called?
guess
Oh, the
Iron Man?
Avengers.
Yeah.
All the Avengers games coming out,
Square
right?
Enix
Yeah.
Avengers game?
Ah.
To me, it didn't catch my eye.
Well, hey, I mean, like a lot of people said that like once that Infinity War movie was coming out, that was pretty much Marvel's magnum opus. They can't top that anymore. And so far that has kind of been the case.
Well, they always had issues in games in general. No?
So-
Yeah, I mean, look
so
at
when the-
Marvel. Look at Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Sorry, I had to bring that up.
I know.
Yeah, the only game that Marvel has done that was good is Spider-Man, but that's by Insomniac.
That's
Yeah.
Insomniac and
Yeah.
Sony, and yeah, there's a lot
A
of
whole
ifs and
debacle.
buts and bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for.
That's it for this week's episode. Be sure to leak. No. Well, be sure to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you guys want to see more episodes like this one.
Yes, and don't
hopefully I'll be more awake.
yeah, and don't forget to share this if you think we're cool,
Super cool, super duper cool. And anyways, my name is Robbie,
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
and we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Late.